Welcome to Ingrid and Chris, your favorite channel for calming bedtime stories. Tonight, we'll take a peaceful journey to the magical garden of dreams, where every flower holds a wish and every star whispers sweet dreams. Make sure to subscribe for more bedtime stories that help your little ones drift into peaceful sleep. Let's begin our magical adventure together. Once upon a time, in a small cozy village surrounded by rolling hills, there lived a young girl named Ella. Every night, as she lay in bed, Ella would hear the soft whispers of the wind through her window. The wind seemed to speak of a magical place, hidden deep within the Enchanted Forest, a place called the Garden of Dreams, where every wish could come true and peaceful dreams bloomed like flowers under the moonlit sky. For many nights, Ella dreamt about this magical garden. She imagined walking along paths made of starlight, with flowers that glowed like lanterns and trees that whispered lullabies. But the forest at night seemed vast and mysterious, and Ella had never ventured there until one very special evening. The moon was full and bright that night, larger than Ella had ever seen. Its soft silver light bathed the entire village in a gentle glow, making everything look magical. Ella couldn't resist the pull of the night anymore. She felt as though the moon was calling her, guiding her toward the enchanted forest. Quietly, she wrapped herself in her favorite blanket, slipped on her soft slippers, and tiptoed out of the house. The cool night air kissed her cheeks, and the sound of the wind carried a gentle melody, like a song only she could hear. With each step, the village grew farther behind her, and the entrance to the enchanted forest came into view. The forest was bathed in moonlight, with shadows dancing playfully among the trees. As Ella entered, she was greeted by the soft rustling of leaves and the distant hoot of an owl. The trees here were unlike any she had seen before. Their branches were long and graceful, reaching toward the sky, and their leaves shimmered with shades of silver and gold. Fireflies floated around her, their tiny lights twinkling like stars, guiding her deeper into the forest. The path beneath her feet began to glow faintly, and as she walked further, Ella noticed the air growing warmer and sweeter, filled with the scent of blooming flowers. It was as if the forest itself was welcoming her, leading her to the heart of its magic. After what felt like hours, Ella came upon a grand arched gate made entirely of vines and flowers. The flowers glowed softly, casting a warm light that made the gate look like it was woven from pure moonlight. The gate opened silently as she approached, revealing the Garden of Dreams. Ella gasped in wonder. The garden was more beautiful than she had ever imagined. Every flower, every tree, every blade of grass seemed to glow with a soft, magical light. The flowers were in full bloom, their petals shimmering in colors Ella had never seen before, deep purples, soft blues, and shimmering golds. The trees swayed gently in the breeze, their leaves singing a quiet, soothing melody. Ella stepped into the garden, and as she did, she felt a wave of peace wash over her. The ground beneath her feet was soft, like walking on clouds, and the air was filled with the sound of distant streams and the quiet hum of the flowers. Every step she took seemed to bring the garden to life. The flowers bloomed brighter, and the stars above twinkled as if they were watching over her. Suddenly, a soft light appeared before her. It was a small rabbit, but not just any rabbit. Its fur shimmered like the stars, and its eyes sparkled with kindness and warmth. The rabbit hopped closer to Ella and bowed its head slightly. "Welcome, Ella. the rabbit said in a soft melodic voice. "You have found the Garden of Dreams." Ella knelt down to greet the rabbit, her heart filled with wonder. "Is this really the Garden of Dreams?" she asked. The rabbit nodded. "Yes, this is a place where dreams are born, where your heart can find peace, and where you can wish upon the stars." The rabbit led Ella deeper into the garden. They walked along paths lined with glowing mushrooms, and soft petals floated gently down from the trees above. Everywhere Ella looked, the garden seemed to sparkle with magic. Flowers opened their petals as she passed, and their soft voices hummed lullabies that filled the air with peace. In the center of the garden stood a great tree, taller than any tree Ella had ever seen. Its branches stretched high into the night sky, and from those branches hung blossoms that glowed like stars. The tree seemed ancient, wise, and filled with the stories of countless dreams. "This is the dream tree," the rabbit said softly. "Every blossom on this tree is a dream waiting to be born. Tonight, one of these dreams will be yours." Ella gazed up at the dream tree, her heart filled with awe. She could feel the magic of the tree, its soft energy wrapping around her like a warm blanket. She sat down at the base of the tree, closing her eyes and listening to the gentle whispers of the wind. The stars above seemed to shine brighter, as if they were listening to her every thought. As she sat there, Ella felt completely at peace. The garden's magic filled her with a warmth that made her feel safe, as though the whole world had paused, and she was the only one awake in this magical place. She could hear the soft sounds of the garden, the gentle bubbling of a stream nearby, the rustling of leaves in the breeze, and the quiet hum of the flowers. The rabbit sat beside her, its soft fur glowing faintly in the moonlight. "Make a wish, Ella," the rabbit said gently. "The Garden of Dreams is a place where wishes come true." Ella closed her eyes, her mind calm and clear. She didn't wish for anything grand, just for peace, happiness, and sweet dreams. She whispered her wish to the stars above, and as she did, the garden seemed to glow even brighter. The flowers around her hummed softly, and the dream tree's branches swayed gently, as though it had heard her wish and was cradling it within its leaves. Time passed slowly in the garden. Ella lay back on the soft grass, her body completely relaxed, her heart at peace. The stars twinkled above her, and the moon hung low in the sky, casting a gentle glow over everything. The flowers around her seemed to breathe with her, their soft light pulsing in time with her breaths. Ella's eyelids grew heavy, and soon she was drifting off to sleep, her dreams filled with the magic of the garden. She dreamt of the dream tree, its blossoms glowing brighter than ever, and of the rabbit, its soft voice whispering sweet lullabies in her ear. As the night passed, the garden remained peaceful, its magic wrapping around Ella like a warm embrace. The stars continued to twinkle softly, and the flowers continued to hum their lullabies. The rabbit stayed by her side, its soft breathing a gentle rhythm that lulled her deeper into sleep. When Ella awoke, the garden was still there, bathed in the soft light of the early morning. The dream tree's blossoms swayed gently in the breeze, and the flowers still hummed their soft songs. Ella smiled, knowing that the peace she had found in the garden would stay with her, no matter where she was. The rabbit stood by her side as she rose to her feet. "The Garden of Dreams will always be here, Ella," the rabbit said softly. "Whenever you need to find peace, you can return to us in your dreams." Ella nodded, her heart filled with gratitude. She followed the rabbit back through the garden, past the glowing flowers and singing trees. As they reached the gate, Ella turned back for one last look. The garden seemed to shimmer in the light of the rising sun, and she knew that it would always be a part of her heart. As she walked back through the Enchanted Forest, the path seemed even more magical than before. The fireflies still danced around her, and the trees whispered their gentle secrets. Ella knew that she would return to the Garden of Dreams whenever she needed its comfort, and that its magic would stay with her always. And as she finally slipped back into bed, her heart filled with peace, Ella closed her eyes and smiled, knowing that she would visit the garden again in her dreams. Thank you for joining Ella in the magical Garden of Dreams. We hope you enjoyed tonight's peaceful bedtime story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to help your little ones enjoy more soothing sleep stories from Ingrid and Chris. Sweet dreams.